The Better.com Scottish Derby usually provides punters with dramatic and exciting greyhound racing, and 2011 was no different. Here in part 1 we take a closer look at the build-up to the final and ask the experts for their predictions. Let's take a look at the semi-final incident that resulted in the race becoming a 5-dog affair. The incident occurred in a second semi-final race, which was eventually won by Taylor's Cruise. As you can see in the footage, Chris Allsopp's Westmead Grant loomed upside Taylor's Cruise in the home straight, but seemed to be more interested in taking a swipe at Taylor's Cruise instead of winning the race. Obviously the stewards had no other alternative, and despite Westmead Grant finishing second past the post, he was disqualified from the competition. We caught up with Shawfield racing manager Daniel Rankin in the aftermath, who explained his decision to disqualify Chris Allsopp's runner and also give us his general thoughts on how the derby has gone so far. The major talking point has to be the disqualification of Westmead Grant. You're the man that made that call. Can you explain your decision, do you think?
Well, I was pretty much left with no choice. I had to disqualify it. It clearly had a go just coming up to the 480 traps for the second time, so left with no choice. But it's pretty bad. It's going to be a 5-dog race in the final. You never want that, but that's the hand we've been dealt with, so we've got to go with it.
Have you ever come across that before in a sort of a major event like this, a race like this?
I've never myself, but I've not been in them as long as most.
Okay, well, moving on just to the whole of the Scottish Derby, how's it gone from you from the racing manager's point of view?
It's been a great final up until the last semi-final, but it looks as if it's been probably the best derby in a long time for quality dogs throughout the competition. So hopefully it's going to be a good final, even though it is a 5-dog race. And
where's your money going on the final? Who do you think's got the best draw? Is there anyone you've backed anti-post that's still in?
Well, Taylor's Cruise is a very hard dog to pass when it's front, so we'll wait and see how that goes.
Jonathan Kay, the Racing Post chief correspondent, is a man who knows a thing or two about greyhound racing, and we grabbed a quick word with him to talk all things Shawfield. There with that final race, was it right to disqualify Westmead Grant, do you think?
I don't think the stewards had much of an option really. It's most unfortunate leaving a 5-dog final. You don't want to see any connections miss out in those circumstances, but you know, from what I could see, the dog clearly made a move towards him, and that's what deliberate interference is.
Okay, now moving on to the final, who do you think's got the pick of the draw?
Well, you always think Trap 1's a great draw in a Scottish Derby final, and Taylor's Cruise seems to be peaking at the right time. You know, very, very hard to get past. Now, he may well probably should have been beaten tonight, but you know, he doesn't give up the dog, and he's a real nuisance dog to try and get past.
And just for all our viewers, where's your money going in the final, do you think? I
want to have a really good look at the video, because Trap 1 is a good draw if you trap. If you don't trap, it opens up a host of other possibilities, and there's some seriously fast dogs in this final. It's a very, very good race, and I think it's a real head scratcher.
So there we have the opinions of the people in the know. How well did they fare? Find out in part 2, where we have a full coverage of the night's action provided by Sky Sports.